Right, the deaf one will start then. So, welcome to So You Do Comedy 3. So You Do Comedy 3, and we're having a So You Do Comedy 4 today. We're having a little different setup. We've got two guests with us. We've got Jimmy Shirley.
Woo!
And no viruses on him. It's Danny Mcafee.
Unless you count the one on my lip.
And he's got... We've got...
riddled
he's
with
definitely
herpes.
got herpes. Looking at him from here.
yeah.
It is herpes, legit. My
Yeah.
priest was a bad man.
Didn't wipe down that confession box, mate.
10
No.
seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds and there's a fucking Irish pedo joke.
Gotta hit them early, mate.
Yeah.
Is it sexually
That's the
transmitted?
priest stance as well, isn't it?
Well, there was nothing sexual about it for me, Matt. But it was transmitted.
But once you've had herpes, that's it. It doesn't...
For life, mate.
You've got it for life, yeah.
Awful.
This
Yeah.
is a lovely start to the...
Not just for Easter, mate, no.
No, mate, just
Some
for
bread
life.
and wine would have helped, though.
Yeah, so well, to be fair, he had to get me one way. You
Yeah.
know?
Hospitable. The old Catholic guilt.
I wasn't guilty about it, to be fair. It ruined his career,
Oh, fair
not
enough.
mine. It's all good.
Okay, so that's a good start. We've went straight with the paedophilia,
Straight through.
with
Yeah.
the Catholic Church, and we're just going to get stronger from here, I think.
And I'm just going to look more
Can I get that
confused
coffee
than
from you?
ever because basically I can only hear what you're saying. I've been to the ENT today and had basically a Johnny shoved down my ear because I've got a...
You sure it wasn't the same priest that you went to?
You can't use Johnnies in the Catholic Church, mate.
Oh, it might have been...
Can't use contraception in
Vicar,
general.
more than a priest then.
And if I laugh, it looks like I'm just about to burst out crying because I can only laugh on this side of my face. This is a bit like stroke ridden.
You've got like Bell's palsy.
Yeah, like I didn't realise you'd actually got feeling in your earlobes.
Oh, mate.
Fucking hell, mate, in yours.
mean,
You're like fucking... You're like winged, aren't you?
yeah, I can just take off like
I feel like this is like a fucking advert for a charity.
I feel like
Kids get £2
I feel like they're getting like a PIP assessment, and they're just like, I've got herpes. Well, I've got fucking massive
Have you been
earlobes.
involved in an accident? It's not your fault, man. Because we could. I know somebody who can sort that out for
Can you
you.
help? Oh, look at that. That's what they did to
You know, you look
me.
like, them Thai people who have the weights in the ears, and it just stretches them right down.
Is that what
That's what you look
But
like.
like a natural version.
Yeah, just like God's just got you out the fucking spare bin. So there you go.
Matt's just naturally fashionable. His ears just go that way. Everyone tries it, and you're like, Matt.
I'm just gonna die during the pod.
I mean,
Don't
we're
do
paying
that.
for this by the hour, mate. So
I know.
we're not gonna schmooze past it. I'm not gonna lie to you. How we been, gents? Anyway,
Sound.
Sound.
Yeah.
That's what we need from a good podcast.
just
three for
sound.
Brook dancers. Yeah.
Nah, that ain't good.
Being polite, you go.
Congratulations on the...
On the baby.
Yeah.
Oh, are we
Yeah.
making the announcement?
So
Straight
well
in,
done,
yes.
lad.
Thank you
I
very much.
forgot to
I
mention.
don't normally do this to the left hand.
Well,
but
it's
yeah.
all right. We'll just do it.
He's a right hand man.
Yeah, well, I am now that she's pregnant, so
Yeah.
great, mate. But yeah, so yeah, I'm back on from holiday, and it turns out that her sickness on holiday wasn't just travel related. Like, she's got a full blown.
Where'd you go on holiday?
Went to Spain, mate.
Spain.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just sickness. What was it?
It was the kid, mate.
Oh,
Kicking,
right,
her,
it's
kicking her
pregnant.
insides.
How big's the burrito now?
Literally like 12 weeks now. Like
12
as of
weeks.
today, scanned today and all that stuff.
Oh, obviously, yeah. Oh,
all good,
congratulations,
yeah.
mate. So-
There's a full blown burrito. So for the people who don't know as well, I guess like I explained, from Mexico, is so like
Yeah.
that's where the burritos coming in.
We're going to put the website at the bottom at the end.
Yeah.
And where were you 12 weeks ago?
Where was I 12 weeks
Fucking
ago?
hell, Matt.
Ironically,
What position were you in?
you sound like my mom. I'm gonna go tell my mom tomorrow, and like the first thing she's gonna be like, we've been married for 10 years and stuff. Like the first thing she's gonna be
How
like,
old are you?
32.
Fucking hell, why did my voice go so high this time?
Yeah, but Irish
32.
Ready?
people have to get married before they have sex, don't they?
Well, to be fair, no, ours wasn't religious reasons. Ours was just visa reasons.
Visa reasons,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like she came over because it was like just cheaper
Yeah.
to get married and come over. I mean, we've got love and all that and stuff, but it's like that.
That come after the fact, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was one of
yeah.
them. But let's be, we're very practical people.
So she's
She didn't just
Mexican.
marry me for the
She's
visa.
from Mexico, yeah.
She does love me.
Do you not know this? So yeah, she's from Mexico, and then so we came over, married we've been together 10 years, married for like 8.
Sick.
Yeah, and then
Baby
All
name.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. My missus has been pregnant fucking, and it just seems like it's just been a continuation. Don't get that fucking anniversary wrong, mate, while she's pregnant.
No, mate.
Because she will chop your cock off. Because if you get anything wrong with a hormonal woman, mate, that's it.
Listen, this is why I'm on this podcast because I need help. I need advice, to be honest. Like what you've had your second one, haven't you? You've had any kids that you know of?
Not that he missed.
Absolutely not.
he just
I like just turning up, playing with my nieces, and just being like, yeah, fucking see you later. And they're all running around mad.
But if you go to Scarfos, there's all
Yeah,
these
I was
fucking
just
Greek
saying.
kids with bints.
mainland Greece is just like, what the? Bunch of kids with glasses on. So you off the bake off.
Every time I laugh, I feel like I'm doing like a VAR check. 'Cause I'm just.
Stop making it about you. These have had kids. He's got
Yeah,
men.
he hasn't had kids.
No.
No.
And he knows off.
Hell, you know.
And if you run out of
Just
nappies,
yourself.
is your cupboards just full of like those taco things that you put together? Those
Just a wrap.
boxes?
Yeah, just full of
I
wrap.
mean,
use
don't
them as
stereotype.
I know,
them.
yeah, that's a bit. Is your,
to be
is
fair-
your wife Mexican? Is your cupboard's just full of tacos?
Yeah.
Honestly though, like it is true. Like our cupboards are full of like wraps and like friggin'
That's
like
good.
Oh, so you're
Del
spot on,
Paso.
actually, Matt, yeah?
Yeah.
So to be fair, you're spot on. Some stereotypes are right.
Yeah, that's true.
What's traditional Irish food? Could you make like an Irish?
Stew, innit? Irish
Stew.
stew.
Soda fars, potato cakes, all that good stuff. Oyster fry.
This guy knows. This guy
Yes.
knows.
Potato
bit of
cakes?
potato, anything potato related.
Yeah,
We're good.
that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, the irony.
That's what I was
Yeah.
brought up on.
Was ya?
Yeah.
And then
The mean streets of Kirby.
Me when my grandma was a big Dublin woman, and my stepdad he brought me up from Belfast. So
When you say big Dublin
I
woman,
had the best of both worlds.
she,
you know what I mean?
was she
North
from
and
Dublin or
south.
just a big fan?
No, yeah, just loving Dublin. You fucking do nothing.
Yes.
Speaking of which, any names for the Mexican Irish baby?
Mate, it's a contentious issue at the minute as well. Like, I swear to God, she said, her mum's over right from Mexico because we've just been on holiday and all that. And she, like, they're trying to make us pick names like Maximiliano.
oh, that's
That's a
my
boss name?
mum's cat's name.
Like Maxi Lopez?
Yeah, but that's the
You
first
what?
name, Matt.
Hold on.
There's
Sorry
four
to
more.
interrupt, gents. What?
My mum's cat's called Maximilian, and I changed it to Maximus Decimus Aurelius. As he's just a little ginger Tom, but she calls
Oh,
him.
there's the Irish Ginger Tom.
Just called Ginger Tom Lopez.
Yeah.
Just that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
What about Cholo O'Shea?
I love that one. Some of the ones we put in the group chat were actually quite good. Shit was it? What you had a good one.
What was the one that you said yesterday?
That was quite funny.
I have to get it up because I can't fucking remember.
I don't know, man, it's good, man.
But yeah, it is mad. But she's
talk
talking
amongst yourselves.
because like we've got like four like the way it works right in Mexican and like Hispanic names right is that you've got like the name, a middle name, and then the last names.
The Catholic.
Okay, so you gotta like her name is already double barreled.
Like
So-
Reyes, Antonio.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right, so the thing is the name Maximiliano, middle name to be decided, then two more names. It's like what?
McAfee.
Like, McAfee shoved on at the end.
It will just look like antivirus software on the end, won't it?
Just
With
like
that name?
antivirus.
Max isn't a bad name though, is it? Max is alright.
Max is fine. That's if we agree to shorten it down. But
Big Maxie, wouldn't
right now, we're not there yet. You know, we've literally just found out because genuinely we were on holiday and she was puking up and everything. We landed in Barcelona and the first thing, like we got there about 10 p.m. right, and she's like, oh, it's too hot. You're like, you're from Mexico. You're adapted to this.
Yeah.
We've gone to Barcelona in August. It's gonna be hot. That's what we kind of signed up for. So she gets down, we get into the hotel anyway, and the first thing she's like, I'm feeling really faint. And I was like, right, I need food. And like, right, well, there's a Mackey's in the corner. Let's just go to a Mackey's. So like we go to the Mackey's anyway. And she's just giving me shit, like, because I'm like trying to choose the order.
Is this in Barca?
In Barca, like literally as cultural as you get, going to Mackey's in Barca.
Oh yeah, you get different stuff there.
Right? So showing up, right? And then she's giving me loads of shit because I'm taking too long picking my order and everything because it's all in Spanish and she's freaking native Spanish, so it's easy for her to choose.
What's she like?
You know? And so we get back and she's puking
Oh,
up.
didn't her own language over there, she?
And then
You must
given,
have had a language option though.
there was, but
Polish,
at that time,
Polski.
Spanish, French, and herder.
Yeah.
I didn't have that time to think. I had this freaking gremlin beside me going mad, like, you know, like trying to get me to pressure pick a freaking Mackey's, and then they've got the beer option as well. And I'm like, well, that's a great idea. I'm on holiday, have a beer with
Have a
the
San
Mackey's.
Miguel with your big man.
All that, but no, didn't even get that far.
I'm telling you, mate, your window of decision making is severely fucking reduced. Like, just go, yeah, sounds, whatever, yeah, sounds,
I'm learning this.
yeah.
But
Patsy, Santiago.
It's Patrick Santiago.
Patrick Santiago. That's
Paddy
a strong.
Santiago.
Yeah,
Love it, mate.
Sounds like one of the extras out of goal, but it's a good name.
yeah. I think Maximiliano, mate. Like it's just a pain in the ass when you're like writing it. Like you know, when you go in school and you go, right, you're gonna learn to write your name today. He's gonna be like, oh my god.
I've got to do. Today you got to learn all the alphabet
Yeah.
in your own name.
Yeah, he's gonna need A4 books for every fucking one just to get his name across the front of it.
And the thing is, worse, he's gonna get ripped to shreds. We live in Bootle. You know what I mean?
You're just going to settle on
I'm
Steve, aren't you?
Maximiliano from Bootle.
Maximiliano McAfee. Imagine that is your Maximiliano playing out.
He's bossed that kid, you know.
He's going to be good at foot. Have you seen this footballer at the moment? Everton are trying to sign, and he's from Stoke, and he's like got a Stoke accent, and he's called.
He can be from Stoke.
No, but he's been brought up in Stoke, and he's got this name like Fabio Diaz, and so he sounds like someone you'd want to sign. But he's just from Stoke. He played for Blackburn last season.
Okay.
Scored like 22
I
goals.
know the guy. Yeah, I know the
You're
guy.
expecting like a foreign marquee signing.
And like he, do the interviews, can't quite speak English. I play well.
That's the Stoke accent, though.
Paul, duck, do you want some snap?
Just a massive guy. That's a good idea, though.
Imagine though, like what Jimmy said, like some fucking North Face ninja with a fucking haircut like a dinner lady goes, hey,
Chill, man.
you're Maximiliano coming out there. He's got his hands down his keck and that, just looking up at you and your missus.
Doesn't
And be like,
bode well, does it?
No, not really.
Have we changed this to Maximiliano from Maximilian?
Yeah,
well,
because
that's
Maximilian
the
would be
Spanish.
You got
Is that the Spanish?
You got to stick an O on the end of it to make it.
Oh,
a bit
just to
more
make it
Latin
authentic.
American.
Just in case he
Yeah.
does become a footballer.
Yeah, just in
Yeah.
case. But how good? At least like if I'm gonna have a kid with a cool football name. At least that's the only.
Do
benefit.
you know what's going to be all about though? When like you go to the zoo or like somewhere and you go, I've got a key ring with my lad's name on it.
Just like that's not man.
It's like Max. No, that's
Sticking
not.
that in the back of a footy shirt.
They don't charge by the letter, do they?
Not anymore. No, I
Skin
think,
rocking
yeah.
up there, just like, we'll go
Put
for Max.
Go for McAfee, please.
Just McAfee. McAfee.
And what do you want to have, a boy or a girl?
I'm very modern, so just a human,
Just a human.
just a human, no gender, no
No,
what.
no, I'm not. I'm just gonna. You want a boy.
What's
Well,
better?
Oh yeah, that's
You want a boy.
You can't openly say that now, can you? Though,
You want a boy
boy, definitely.
because we've all been that dirty little bastard 15-year-old knocking at a girl's house,
Oh, yeah.
going.
I'd shave that head, yeah.
And I swear, if I would have had a girl, I would have took all her teeth out and shaved her head until she was 40.
To
Because
be fair, she got a lot of attention to all her deep out lad.
and I would have called her Maximiliano, just so no cunt would go near her.
Pair of Firebird sackies on living under the fucking
Yeah.
stairs like Harry Potter.
Because I don't
Getting
want that. I don't want that lad knocking at the door or woman.
Just love that. There.
Going. Can we go in the room?
Yeah,
Leave the door open
that's
and all
awkward,
that.
isn't it, when you've
You
got to start
don't want
filling
that.
kids
Do you know what that makes me think? It's like, like Joseph Fritzl, probably not a bad lad. Then you're just like, if I had only had a boy, if I only had a boy, I wouldn't have locked her in the cupboard and I'd taken him out and played footy with him.
Would have been a different setup.
Jack has a
wouldn't it?
girl. I'm going to take all her fucking teeth out.
Ah, mate, no, I probably wouldn't have went that far. I probably would have just not shaved her head, but
Fred
I
West.
just couldn't have fucking dealt with it because I would have just been like, get out my house now, mate, because I'm just gonna fucking squeeze your head off its shoulders.
I can relate to that definitely since like my nieces were 3 and 5, but I get that with my nieces when I said to my brother the other day, well, what's going to happen how's that going to happen because of what you just said.
Yeah, and I know like my lads, if he's in the fucking like playing out in school and he grabs a tip by accident, I'm like, it's right, lad, go for it. The teacher's not happy, but
Yeah.
do
You
know what I
get a
mean?
letter home, they're just going like, he's done it again. You're like, oh God, no, come on, son.
Well, when he was in reception, he got to stay on break, and I was like, oh, why? And he was like, I'm not telling you. And I went, oh, Sam, the school haven't told us, so nothing serious. A couple of days later, really ill, bad tonsillitis. Rang up and said he's not coming in, he's not well, blah blah blah. And the teacher rang us back in the afternoon and went, oh yeah, he was in the they have like a timeout tent. It's like a TP thing. He was in there with one of the birds, and she went off with the same throat infection as him.
Bloody hell.
So like he was in
How old is
reception. He was 4.
Bloody hell.
Wasn't far to the April,
Fucking hell,
and he got his
Took me to
first
16
fucking.
to stop being a fridge.
got us.
A fridge.
Yeah. I mean, that's like polar opposite to the spectrum of being a fridge, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Four. And I was like, but I'd rather die and deal with the dads than deal with the sons.
Did you breastfeed him as well?
Yeah.
Is that where that's come from?
The dad?
No, you're saying about like
Your
the
son.
15-year-old knocking on the door. I was the perfect person to knock on the door because I didn't lose my virginity until university.
Oh wow.
And one of the first girls that I had a chance with, like we were after
Was asleep.
Was me mum.
No. The night went well, and we went back to her room. And I remember, like, I was just like testing the bed. And
What? Stop! You were fucking testing the bed. What, by jagging it or just bouncing on it?
well, it was
Dropping a kettlebell.
This is
Yep, that'll do.
these fucking springs.
I had chances before this, but the beds just were unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's a silent.
Yeah.
Is this a
This is
silent
not
night?
a silent night. Yeah.
It leads
Yeah.
into that
Yeah.
because she's next to me, and I was like that, and the springs were quite noisy.
Was she awake?
And we were in student halls, but the room next to us were like the walls are really thin, and I was jumping up and down like that, and I went, "Oh God, they'll think we're having sex," and she just looked at me and went, "Why aren't we?"
That is amazing.
And he's just like, well, I'm still
Matt was like,
jumping on the bed.
I just wanted to practice me cannonballs. That's
It's like a scene from the 40-year-old virgin. Isn't it?
Honestly, like I've had some metal experiences. Like I once I worked in India, and there was a girl. I'll just say her name now because I'm never going to see her again. It was called Gina, and
from India.
she was from Sheffield.
Oh.
I didn't even twig that. Yeah.
My mate said to me, so I had a bit of fun with her in India. We got back, and then she goes, "Oh, should we arrange this like meet up? And do I want to share a room with her?" So I went, yeah. And one of my mates was a bit like Jay from the In-Betweeners, and I'd not really done much in terms of like, one night stands and things. And he says to me, "What you need to do is she's going to be well up for like a really dirty weekend in Sheffield." So I thought to myself, okay,
Hold on, we were in India.
Was the fella Boris Johnson? Was that like a proper Boris thing? She's got to be well up for a real dirty weekend.
Just don't try and shag her up the arse after a curry.
Yeah, we got back and we'd arranged a meet up
rapscallion.
in Sheffield. So I went down to Sheffield. We're in like the
And
whole.
face back at your place.
Yeah.
We're in the Holiday Inn, and my mate said to me, "What you need to do is go to Ann Summers and basically buy a sex kit, almost like a
Sex kit?
well, it turned into a
I
sex
might be
kit.
doing this wrong.
Wait a sec, are we still in India?
No, we're in Sheffield.
I thought there was an Ann Summers in India. Just like selling sex kits.
in there?
So I went
be
into
there
Ann
anyway.
Summers on
Ivory
my own.
dicks.
And I was looking for things to take that might have been a bit kinky. And there were these dice that said, like, me, you do this, you do that. So I took them and I bought this little thing. And it was, I hope my mum never sees it, but it was called Clit Lick, right? And I went,
Your mum will know.
sorry, mum, sorry.
Your mum knows, yeah.
And so I bought this.
This story's very troubling, honestly.
And I needed something to massage with, so I bought Johnson's baby oil just for the boots next door. And I had this like bag full of our little handcuff things as
Have
well.
you slept with this girl before at this point?
No, but we'd been together, but not like full on sex,
So you just thought
just
you'd
love
go
how they're-
straight
so-
in there with a fucking bag of
So,
toys.
but I opened this. I had just like one of them head bags you had in school, remember, with like the zip,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it had like, it was like sort of biodegraded, like an old Mitre Delta, like
The patches ripping off and that, yeah.
falling off. So I went with one of them and started opening it up on the bed and just pulling out all these items. And she just avoided me for the whole weekend. And she ended up like staying in someone else's room
Yeah.
and coming down at like 7 o'clock in the
And
morning.
you're surprised by this?
Not at all, really.
Matt's just coming down, jumping on the bed with all his toys, like, ready to go.
I was trying to explain for the whole weekend that, it was my mate's idea, not mine.
Never once have I pulled a bird in the graft and got in the cabin, gone keys, wallet, sex kit. You know what I mean?
Why? How old were you at this point?
About 23.
Oh, you're a fucking idiot, mate. Like, your mate set you up a kipper there.
But he thought like
You need your
that's what
tennis racket, you need your fucking...
Yeah. You're just two virgins together.
Yeah, I wasn't at 23. No, I'd managed to.
Who was the lad?
There wasn't any lads.
No, the lad who said to you get a sex kit.
His name was Carl.
No, that's like who was it?
Carl,
to you, though?
well done, mate.
He was
Oh,
just
lad, you've
he was
absolutely
one of my
marked him.
mates at the time, and he always had like a different story about which girls he'd been with, like, and it was always in the Village Inn.
The GA of the
Yeah,
team, like you said.
Village Inn karaoke. That was the only pool of women that we ever saw.
I thought the story couldn't get more depressing,
yeah.
but Village Inn karaoke.
I nearly pulled one of the vodkarinis. They were like about 80.
What's a vodkarini?
No
Oh,
idea.
they were just like remember karaoke back in the day, and you had like you had Terence Trent, West Derby. He was brilliant.
Really?
Terence Trent Derby. Sign a name.
I just love
It's a
that.
banging tune, that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I do.
so Carl had went round the Village Inn, just fucking clit licking everyone, did he?
Well, so he said, yeah.
And then he just set you up a kipper with this girl you had to stay in the house with for a number of days, and you come out like fucking Captain Sex with your
Yeah.
fucking head bag.
And yeah,
That is the creepiest thing. I just want
Question
to
is-
get it out of my mind.
Question is now though, did you use any of it though?
I did actually, yeah.
On himself.
Just it's like
On himself.
clit lick.
Roll a three, give us a chew. Just
On
on
the
the
nipples. Just clit licking on his own nipples.
Yeah.
Just,
I had no mixer for some vodka. So put some clit licking.
he had to call Carl. He's like, here, Carl, can you come down here? I've got the handcuffs on.
Just one hand side to the bed. Just underneath. Half a blindfold on.
Throws the key away with her hand.
No, I actually met a girl that night in the Holiday Inn downstairs in the reception, explained to her what had happened, and she was laughing. And then said, can I come and have a look at what you
Oh my God. The
you
ultimate.
bought?
Did you know this girl as well?
No, she was just in the reception.
Oh my God.
I love that the way just one was like, here, guess what? You're gonna hear this funny story. I've been set up with this bird, right? I bought a full-on sex kit. She doesn't want any of it, and she's just sitting there like going, oh well.
Heavy cargo.
Did you do anything with that girl?
Yeah, she gave me a massage, and I gave her a massage, but it was more in jest. It was just a bit of fun.
What? Oh, okay.
It was just like, but everything was a bit wet after that.
How
and
much
then-
did it cost you, this
This
kit?
is going too far now.
Oh, about
I bet
The
say-
sentence, everything was a bit wet after that by anyone over 40.
Pissed
it was
himself.
yeah.
The kit
It's
didn't
the
cost
bit.
much.
How much was it?
30 quid maybe.
Could have got a brass for that, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't do that.
It's no fun, no, that is it. You know what I mean?
It's a bit disrespectful to women. That.
Yeah. As opposed to getting your fucking minty owl head bag out full of sex toys.
To be fair, though, at least you went somewhere classy like Ann Summers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Summers.
play.
Yeah.
But then he went to Village Inn and the Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
So,
I can tell that Danny's a man of the people. You know what I mean? I don't think Danny would do something like that. I can tell
Not
that
at
he's
all.
winding down his wife before he met her.
Yeah,
Isn't that
well,
right?
well, listen, mate. Yeah, you know, it's fine. I think you're just trying to move on because, like, hold on, you also have you told me a very interesting stories. Like, you're into some Mexicans as well, aren't you?
I am, lad, yeah.
You'd go to-
I used to watch a porn as a kid called 8th Street Latinas. And then me and Alva just put on a big pad and put it in the kitchen. Stop watching porn on the house computer. The pee was all like sludgy. But yeah, that was my go-to porno when I was a kid.
8th Street
On
Latinas.
the old dial-up.
Fucking hell.
56
60 quid wank. It's almost more expensive than his fucking sex kit.
56k. The cost of everyone's
Could you get
electric
porn
bill.
on dial-up? Could you?
I don't know if it was dial-up. Maybe
Like a tit to take half an hour to
It
load.
was literally
apparently.
like, put your credit card. That's how they started selling the Pam and Tommy sex tape on dial-up.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it would load up. A really grainy image of him giving him a suck on a boat, but it was Pamela Anderson. And then they'd charge like $70 and they'd send you the tape. That's how they did it. So then once like the internet became more sort of, when they stopped using the dial-up and you could just,
Yeah.
the fella who come up with the idea, he was minted, but then everyone just fucking copied them and did it themselves because they could put it online, you know what I mean?
Bloody hell.
You just told me a lot about yourself there.
Yeah. I watched it on the Pam and Tommy fucking thing on
On Disney.
on
You're
it.
watching Pam and Tommy on Disney. You CD bastard.
Boss. You know what I mean? But he's got a lot to answer for, David Hasselhoff, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Because they're always like, you know, they talk about Operation Youth and all that and stuff.
Oh, yeah. David Josseloff.
Yeah. Just like Playboy models at 6 o'clock on a Saturday running up and down the beach in the skimps.
Yeah.
Be sitting there with a lump in my turtles pajamas, eating me turkey dummy. It's like hypnosis for kids. Just be like,
So I was more like Tomb Raider was my first go-to porn, where you had to get the cheat codes to make Lara Croft's like tits appear. Like
Is that a real thing?
What was this
genuinely.
at?
So it was like so the whole thing like
PlayStation,
so
the first one.
PlayStation, yeah.
Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. So it was one of them ones where like Tomb Raider, good game, all that stuff. But then I remember some lad was like, oh, if you go online, there's these cheat codes you can get where she's completely naked. And everyone go, fucking hell, that's a great idea. Like the whole time just spent like searching for these cheat codes to make her naked in the game, and then all of a sudden just stumble across porn. And then that's where it began. And
Bet your
just never
PS1 was
stopped.
fucking glazed, wasn't it? Like a fucking Greg's donut.
I'm that thick that I've only just realised about Danny's segue into the Mexican thing. And
Yeah,
I just,
and
I just, I thought, the fuck off, not saying that on here.
I feel like you've got it.
You know why? Because and that was you were set up for it as well. You went in
Yeah.
a different direction.
I
But
just was
respect
like,
your decision.
What can I say? Yeah. Oh, I know what I said to him.
Jimmy's well travelled with the females, aren't you?
I am
James,
indeed,
so,
yeah. Well, just lived in a few different places, man.
Greece, I know you've been.
My ex-girlfriend, I used to have a girlfriend who was Ukrainian. And it was before, obviously, they had the war in Ukraine.
Who's the one that died in Greece, by the way?
Died in Greece. He
Yeah,
just made
Olivia
Well-
Newton-John.
Oh, that's it.
Just the film.
It's not my girlfriend.
No,
I was thinking I've had a girlfriend who's died in Greece and no one's told me.
no, it's just nice to give a shout out to Olivia Newton.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're
Matt,
talking
Did she
about-
die in Greece?
No, she was in the film Greece,
Oh,
wasn't she?
Greece. Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
not, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Never
Oh
mind.
my god. Let's just clarify something. Jimmy is not in theatre,
Yeah.
right? He is not in musical theatre.
No.
He's in a lot of
Despite how he's
European women.
dressed.
Thank you. Cheers. These are me Nike Air pedos. All the primary colours. Look at that.
Yes.
Go on,
Just sniffle brick,
Ukrainian slice gum.
So like I was with her for a while. Her name was Irina Dishkant, right? I used to take her to the doctor. She come live with me in Verzacli, right? I met her in Donetsk during the Euros in 2012. But I was with my ex-bird then, nothing happened. We just kept in touch on the Russian Facebook. It's called VK.
Yeah.
And then we ended up getting together. She ended up coming to Verzacli. The woman next door must have been like, who the fuck's this? Now he's bringing to the house. The dog was just going at this point, are you my mommy? To every single person that came. Went through about 6 birds in 2 years. She moved
Who
in
was
for
saying
6
it? Are
months.
you my mummy?
The dog.
How's that work?
It's a joke.
Oh,
Yeah.
Communicates with animals.
Fucking hell. I'm Dr. Doolittle. Take that Johnny out of his ear, for fuck's sake.
I have to get it this way and then that way.
The dog's your mummy.
Is it
Yeah,
the
me
acoustics
mad
in
as
this?
well.
The acoustics in the room are so good. They're just coming right round to Matt at some point. He's like, "Oh fucking hell!" So it was in India. And,
Just talk around me.
Yeah. But she came over for like, she's on a 6-month visa. I've been to like Ukraine about 7 times, and we met in Moscow and all that. And she came over and she fucking I took her to the doctors in Tower Hill. And when I went in, her name's Irina Dishkant, and the woman in the doctors went, "This cunt, Irina. This cunt, Irina." And I was like, it's Dishkant.
You put some graft in for
Yeah,
For your sex life,
she was
don't you?
sensational, yeah.
if it's not fucking Tommy Lee fucking on dial-up,
Well, yeah, you know.
it's fucking shipping them in from Ukraine.
That was in my younger years. Like, I think it's caught up with me now. I'm just an old lonely man now.
Where you just go now, Litherland.
Just wanking into a sock and crying.
How did you
Kicking
end
off the
up?
KFC and forgot me gravy while I watched fucking West Brom and Norwich in the rain.
How did you end up in Greece so much?
I've got a cousin who lives over there.
Ah,
So she
right.
married into a Greek family about probably 30 years ago now, John. And I split up with my ex-girlfriend in 2016. And she's just like, she'd always said to me to go over. And I just thought, fuck it, why not? So when I was battered, so I went over and just ended up staying and working. I worked in like a restaurant sort of / club, really nice place called the Borzoi. And ended up staying. So
Because I think the very first time I saw met you, I saw your gig list and it was like Greece was on there randomly in the middle of it. Like,
I'm going on Monday. I'm going back to Skiathos for a week. I can't wait to go. I'm just going to like do all the touristy stuff that I couldn't necessarily do. Did loads of stuff there, but like sunset cruises and that, it's always been work. So
are you going on your own or?
yeah, well, I've got all my mates and that over there, all my Greek mates and whatever. But I'm doing a couple of gigs when I'm over there as well, so that'll be fun.
Sound. And you obviously don't speak Greek.
I speak a decent amount of Greek.
Enough for a joke.
No, I don't think. it's not about that. It's a different way. Like
Humour is different.
Yeah, it's totally different. It's more that.
Love it. Just Jimmy's moving from recession to recession.
Yeah,
just choose.
Just getting the worst of both.
Just go like, yeah, you know, we're in recession
Gas
here.
prices.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Let's move to Greece.
No, I'm looking forward.
He's
to it.
headlining Chernobyl soon as well.
Yeah, back
Going
in
to see
Chernobyl.
this
Back for
cunt.
one night only. But the funniest thing happened, and it wasn't funny at the time. I was raging, but when I look back on it about 2 weeks later, I was sitting in the house with the dog, and I thought, that's funny, that. So she arrived late, and I worked in a job where you had to like stay over. So you'd had to stay over in like 3 nights. So you were away for 3 nights. It was like at home. So I timed it so she was arriving from London at like, say, on the Sunday. And then there was a big delay in her flight, so she couldn't get there back to like Monday, but I was in work like on Monday night. So I had to get her, bring her back to the house in Verzachley, and I had a Rottweiler. She'd scare the dogs. Right.
You had a Rottweiler?
My dog was sound, yeah, I had a few years, which she died. And my dog was dead sound, and she was like, she's come in, she's about fucking 8 stone, little blonde Russian bird. She's like, she comes in and the dog's fucking sitting there like that, and she's like, oh. And I was like, it's all right. She shut the porch immediately. I was like, I've got to go to work now and leave these two together. This is a fucking disaster. So I said to her, she'd been seeing the dog on FaceTime, so I got the dog and I got them sitting there for an hour and they got to know each other, and she was like, you're all right now? She's like, yeah, it's fine, she's so lovely. She's like, she's my bear, and she was talking to my bear, and I was thinking, fuck her now.
She Dracula?
Yeah. That's what she spoke like. She used to call me Jamesic. My Jamesic.
I don't even say blah, blah, blah.
My Jamesic.
My James.
When we were having sex, she used to call me my Zyka. My Zyka. It means my bunny.
Oh.
So that was lovely.
Honey or
My
bunny?
bunny.
My bunny?
My bunny. My Zyka.
As in a bunny?
Like, as in a bunny.
As in you fuck... No, I'm not going to go in there.
As in you're a rabbit.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
full on rabbit.
Yeah.
No, not like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe she was just reminiscing about her rabbit.
Yeah.
Maybe she got it off Matt's head bag.
I'm just loving how you've compared leaving a Ukrainian in your house with your dog a disaster.
No, wait, I'm gonna get to it now.
She's been through worse
I'm
things.
gonna get into that point. She was top of the bill though. Bear in mind that I'm putting up with all this nonsense, she was top of the absolute bill. Right, so I look like I just got in a catalogue and I didn't give a fuck. I just walked through town with her like that. Let's see your bird and what.
Yeah.
So she goes, I'm going to take the dog for a walk. And I said to her, don't do that. Because the dog understands me and listens to me and I'm under control. She's dead heavy. You won't be able to hold her on the lead. Just leave her here. I'll be back in 2 days. I've got to go to work. I was like sleeping over. So about 11 o'clock, my phone rings. I'm in the office in work. She's cried her eyes out. James, what's the matter? What's happened? She said, I took Bella the park. And the kids, they threw bricks at me and said, fuck off, you Polish cunt. I was like, flew down there with fucking what she'd done was she took the Rottweiler at the park, couldn't console it. The dog had ran off and just ran over to these other kids' dogs, causing mayhem, not kicking off, just she couldn't console the dog and they were all just throwing bricks at her going, you fucking Polish rat, fuck off, get your dog and all that. I love that. I went down like a headmaster, just going through the park and all the kettlebells going, which one was it? Was it fucking him? Was it him? Was it him? Like someone's died, it was embarrassing.
You're like, lads,
Like-
he fucking nicked you, she nicked you, fucking
Lads,
dog, lad.
it was fucking Maximiliano.
Maximiliano. No, O'Shea stands up. Maximiliano O'Shea over there.
Yeah, Daddy, here's a question for you. I was just looking up random questions to ask, but considering you got your little baby on the way, what is the best generation and why?
Oh,
There you
best
go.
generation. It's got to be, I don't know, I think 80s look pretty cool. Like, when I say generation, you talk about like
or like
years.
the generation, like you got generation, what have we got? X.
Well, not
Millennials.
Okay, it's not the
Millennials.
current. It's not the
Oh,
current one.
no.
Okay,
Yeah.
the current one is shite.
If you could be 20 in any of the generations, what would you be in?
1920. Wouldn't speak to no cunt.
Oh no,
No car. No, like cars weren't like they are now. I think I would have loved to have been brought up somewhere else years ago.
Like born in 1900?
Yeah.
But be
Maybe not
in
1900. Coming a bit later, maybe.
1910?
I've got one. I'd like to be April 14th, 1912. Actually,
To be
You're on
born
the
in
Titanic.
Titanic
1912?
makes you know why? Because loads of claims went in after that, and I
You'd have been
I just been the lawyer.
Listen to how, what a fucking snake.
Listen.
Typical lad, isn't it?
No.
Everyone's there's loads of claims going in. He's like that.
It's one of those. I would just been like at Harland and Wolff, you know, where they had the day where they went up and they're like, "You reckon this boat is unsinkable?" And the wee Irish guys are like, Oh, I fucking read it on Sinker. It sounds like I've seen sinkers, and that's not a sinker. Like,
Do you know I used to work for the company that did the investigation on the Titanic sinking?
no
Did you?
way.
Why did you used to work for them?
Oh, because I don't work for them anymore.
She went out with HR and got a sex bag out.
Oh, I regret that.
Karen! Sorry,
Do you know what these are for?
They were
It's
throwing all the
pure
beds and
innocence.
Malcolm started jumping on them.
in your investigation, and
Sorry,
then
Matt,
he
I
put
keep
the
coming
fluffy
back.
handcuffs on Karen from.
Feel bad.
Go on, mate. Sorry.
No, it was Hill Dickinson did the investigation in Liverpool.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah, because it was...
Not surprising. They take
How
all
did the
some crap
investigation go? It's an iceberg.
Hey,
Ripped a big fuck off
all
hole
the
in the ship,
papers are on
sank.
the top floor, and they...
It just said, watch the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch the film.
Celine
But
Dion.
apparently there was a sister, and they reckon it was an insurance scam.
Lusitania.
Reckon, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
There's loads of
Is it
conspiracy theories
was the
like that.
Lusitania? That was the other one that went?
There's the Lusitania one and the one that it was a German U-boat that fucking lit it.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like it's an unbelievable,
Conspiracy theories.
unbelievable tragedy. But like, it was worth it just to see Kate Winslet's tits.
Oh, yeah.
I
Like,
agree,
let's be
yeah.
honest.
And what was the guy in it? Jack. He was meant to be a
Leo.
time traveller.
Do you know who's the
Yeah.
best in that? Is fucking Billy Zane off Back to the Future.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
sick in
yeah.
that. I hope you enjoy your time together. That fella.
Oh,
Kate
yeah.
Winslet's real fella.
And he picks up the kid and jumps on the
Yeah,
boat.
that's sick. Innit?
Shit house.
Yeah, I love all that.
Who was he in Back
When
to
I
the
watch
Future?
that now, I'm just rooting for him till he gets off.
Do you know what's funny though? Like, if that happens now, imagine the conspiracy theorist that lad Boris's nan, right?
Yeah, there'd be all that going on.
It'd just be like that, lads. She knows the fella.
Yeah.
I watched this on YouTube, right? She knows the fella who put the last fucking rivet in, and he loosened it, lad.
They told our Sharon.
Like, he'd just be all mad fucking like conspiracy theorists online. Like, lads, everyone who had COVID on that boat, lads, survived. Just saying.
I hate it.
Did no vaccines.
Yeah, fucking silly bastard.
Know what I hate? People when they go to like people like that when they tell stories about when they've gone to someone's kitchen on a council estate and give them 15 quid and they've read their fortune, and they always say stuff like that. I went and seen, and this is me brother's bird, and I always say to her on her Instagram, she says, "What you gonna call me sister? Because like I'm like your sister now," and I'm like, "I'm a fuck, how you fuck?" And she goes mad. So then I just started to say on Instagram, she comments on things and I comment on anything. She calls sister and brother. So she went to the woman, and the woman said, "Your brother's doing really well, isn't he? So he's having a go at he's working in entertainment. He's doing really well." And
She's wrong, isn't she?
Yeah, exactly. exactly, yeah.
He's not doing well.
No,
And that's when I knew.
yeah, exactly. And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, she knew you were doing comedy." And I was like, because she went on my Instagram, that's why. She wouldn't have done that. I said, it says brother, sister on every post. I'm not your brother. So she's seen that when I've put.
Oh, it's been stalking, eh?
Honestly,
Yeah.
all they're
gee.
doing is fucking going on people's socials and rooting in your bin. It's fucking not.
Dissing your fans,
Got
man.
Mr. Megan, the purple
Don't
one.
diss your fans.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's the psychic then?
The woman in the fucking council estate in someone's kitchen, Mad Mary, it's in
Bloody
Wales
hell.
somewhere, I don't know.
Amazing.
Mad me.
I've seen one psychic in my life. That was it.
What did he say to you?
Load of shit.
Well, they said I was in India by a swimming pool,
Hey.
and this fella come up to me and said, "Oh, can I read your fortunes?" And like there was another guy with him. Don't know what he was doing. He was just there.
You just had this assistant with him.
No, it's just when I recall stuff. There's another guy there. And I'm like,
laptop
hello,
Googling.
what's he doing? And I was with my mate Aaron, who's from Newcastle. So me and Aaron sat there.
What were you and Aaron from Newcastle doing in India?
Oh, just working in the call centre.
Oh.
Like trading them
got them here,
on,
you know.
on like insurance fraud. And so this guy comes up to me and says, "I can read your fortune." I went, "Yeah." And he says to me, "Oh, you're going to have like great wealth, fortune. You're going to have a really good life." And I was like, "Oh, that's dead good.
Fucking
that.
lying cunt.
Thanks very much." So Aaron went, "Oh, I'll do it as well." And he told Aaron he was going to die in a car crash.
Oh, mate.
See, that's what I'm interested in all that. If you said to me you're going to die in a car crash, I'd be then like going, I'm never getting in the
Aaron's
car
like,
again.
what? How come he's like going to be rich and famous and I'm going to die in a car crash? And he goes, "I can't actually stop you from dying in a car crash if you give me money and I'll pray
fuck
for
off,
you
see.
every
Load
day."
of shit.
I love it.
So it's like that's a scam to do. So Aaron was
So
like,
how did you get the good one then, straight off? Did you put like the
because
fucking fluffy handcuffs on him or something?
I love it.
It's
I love it.
Still had the smell of click on your
You're
hand.
going to die.
Roll the
Well, that's part of the scam. And Aaron didn't fall for it, and he's like, "Fuck off."
It's called preying on vulnerable people, isn't it?
Like now, Aaron's dead. He died in a car crash. So, what goes around?
He had the fluffy handcuffs attached to him at the wheel of his car.
Yeah, honestly, like,
Is it true?
I've not heard from Aaron since, but that's just because we don't speak.
Why'd you go back to a medium?
Why did
you can go to a medium?
Oh yeah,
and then just have it. See if you can have a further chat. Is this true, by the way?
It's true story, yeah.
Christ.
But Aaron's not dead. Aaron's not dead. But they're all.
Oh, Christ. I'm about to say, okay,
sweet baby Jesus in the
oven. You never get like rich ones, do you? That can read your fortune. They're all like just little rats who live in,
India.
Like sewers.
Who's the Scouse one? Who's the Scouse? There's a Scouse one.
Blonde woman.
Is it a woman? Is there not like a Scouse
guy?
There's
seen the fella in the Dead and Brown on the Kirby. And he goes,
that's the one. That's
just
the
goes,
one.
lads, what you're on about? You just got that direct ever out the wheelie bin stuff.
That Derek Acora one was the best one where it had
Mary Loves Dick.
Derek Acora's live show due to unforeseen circumstances was cancelled. Like,
do you know what stressed me out with that? He's on that Most Haunted. It was great, wasn't it? Just go in a field and go, and he'd go, there was a rather large lady, okay? And Mary Loves Dick. It was all that, right?
Yeah.
Sam, go to them, Sam. And he'd be doing all that. And then when it all come out that it was a load of shit, Yvette Fielding was like, I can't fucking believe this. She's a fraud. I was like, she's been fucking running around fucking fields with him for the past 5 years. You soft cunt, you just realised.
It's like, when you're a kid and your nan used to go,
yeah,
the bad man's at the door, you best behave, and you go, sorry, nan, yeah. That's all Yvette Fielding's done for fucking 6 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, of course,
jumped at a noise.
Yeah. Fucking hell, Sam, did you hear that? Someone's got a gun.
Fantastic at improv, though. You got in there, like,
okay.
Yeah. Jimmy's just having a moment now. He's just like, I'm getting the spirit of Matt's fake dead friend.
Get Matt's fucking nice out there. Roll me a 6, baby.
Aaron, mate, I can hear you.
Who would you meet though? Like if you went into a room, like, and you could just call anyone. Like, say we were just to do a Ouija board now. Who would you call back?
Oh, that's a good one.
The bad bird you got that fucking head bag out with and say,
she's not dead.
I know.
I mean, Matt.
She might be. It was years ago.
The way you were heading with that story, mate, I thought that was next, to be fair.
That's a good question. Who would you get back from?
You could do that as a pod, a seance.
Oh,
Paul Walker.
Oh, shit myself. That
was
one.
Heavy how he died. One of he just blew up in his Ferrari and that.
Paul Walker?
Fast and the Furious, not the
God, yeah.
Not the painter and decorator from Sochi, the fucking actor.
Who are you
thinking? Paul Walker. I'm trying to think of all the Paul Walkers. What a night.
I played football with Paul Walker.
Who are you thinking?
I was just going. I was just feeling sorry for Paul Walker.
No, he just like got set on fire in his Ferrari, didn't he? Like fully just like.
He smashed the head off the
I think you'd get Olivia Newton-John back, wouldn't you? After giving her a wee shout out.
Do you know what I'd like to get back? Like sort of prehistoric man, because they get left out of all this, don't they?
Matt, they wouldn't be able to fucking understand the word you're saying.
Yeah, but you don't get much back from the dead anyway, do you? You only get.
So what's the fucking point then?
Depends on how much you pay them, Matt. Really, that's what it comes down to.
You could get a few Uggs, like but they never seem to want to come back. Do they?
You want to do it with someone of incest. Fucking sitting there, someone growling at you. Who Johnny Cash, that'd be mine. Johnny Cash, Tupac, Diana, all the people on the island.
Tupac's not dead.
Exactly.
But what would you want to ask Diana? Then she'd only be able to say about 5 words. How big was
Dirty Firehead's cock?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm saying it's one of the most.
I'd ask her how many landmines she actually found.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty damn brave.
Fuck off! As if they put her in a field. Just going.
Imagine though if she just went. Like, it would have saved all the hassle of all the car crash stuff.
I love what they just did.
All the hassle, yeah.
What they really did was they put her in one spot, right? Said, "Don't you move," right? And got a shot behind her of 5 kids running towards her. And if they made it, well, then they knew it was safe. Then that was it. Just like
royal
fine.
privilege.
Or if you make it, you can come and live with me in a palace. And look.
And then Madonna turns up and goes,
the earliest version of Squid Game.
Imagine that. Imagine surviving a war-torn country full of landmines to go and live in a palace with Prince Andrew.
This isn't going out.
It should, though. It should. Royalist.
You thought you were lucky.
I mean, Jack's t-shirt kind of does give it away, though, doesn't it? Like, he's made a statement already. He's not a fan. He's not a fan of them.
No.
Tories.
Oh, that's so funny.
But imagine though, Prince Andrew, like, I'm going to take them all to Pizza Express.
I can't sweat because I remember I was in Pizza Express in Woking.
Yeah. We used to send Diana to get the kids because it was too off for me, just in case.
And this was in the 90s, wasn't it? So can you fix it for me?
No,
You could have it all, couldn't you? You know,
Why is Jimmy Savile getting in this?
because he used to fix things, didn't he, back then? When
I wrote a
Diana
letter
was
to Jimmy,
around.
you know.
Well,
I wrote a letter to Jimmy.
I mean,
To Jimmy from Jimmy.
Yeah,
Jimmy, when he
It's
fixed it
amazing
for
that
me.
Len's kids are go to fucking meet Gaza, wouldn't it?
Gaza
God.
Wants to meet Gaza.
Oh my God.
turns up at your birthday party with a fishing rod and 4 cans of Coke.
That was amazing, that one. That was amazing.
I was on holiday in Tenerife, right, 2010, and I had like the worst case of alcohol poisoning and sunstroke. I was dying. Like, was meant to get hospital on a drip, and I was just like, this rub Lucozade on my face, I'll be fine. And I spent like the 2 days with the like watching the 24-hour thing of Raoul Moat. And then have you seen when he
The standoff.
Yeah, and then you heard that noise like when he shot himself.
Yeah.
And I'd like my 2 mates who I went on holiday with, they come in off a night out, and we were all in like a fucking like half asleep, half like chatting shit fucking thing, and we just heard "Rah!" the thing of fucking Raoul Moat shooting himself, right? And I fucking grabbed the pair of them and was like about to fucking throw fists on
This
them.
on the telly.
Yeah, there's on the telly in fucking Spain at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mad.
And we're like, I was like, "Rah!" And then one of my mates just went, "Smoked." Just went, fucking hell, Raoul.
That's all that.
I was like, heavy that though.
That was a bit weird, wasn't it? Like Gaza turning up.
I don't think he was well though, was he?
No, obviously.
No, he shouldn't.
Fucking hasn't been well for years.
No,
has he?
not him, Gaza, you
Oh,
fucking...
yeah.
It's impressive he's still alive, like, to be fair. Like, what the hell? Fucking hell.
He's done well, hasn't he?
He's done well. Yes, a guy can handle a few beers, like, you know.
I hate
what
all
mean?
these shitbags who fucking befriend him in the booze and when he's bevying and then start filming him and that it does me head in.
But
He
there
used to drink in the English Rose, Gaza. You know, Mackett's Lane with 5 bellies, whatever his name is. Was it 5
Just
bellies?
there with Matt's head bag on. Just fucking up with orange in his mouth.
We used to play pool with Gaza and 5 bellies
No way.
in the
Stop
Rose.
names off him right now, man.
Clank. Clank.
I used to work with the firm that freaking investigated the Titanic,
Right,
and I
right.
just played, a bit of pool with Gaza occasionally.
Gaza.
Oh, go on. What
Me,
else?
Gaza and Danny Baker.
Danny
What do you
Baker.
You look a bit like Danny Baker.
Who's Danny Baker?
The guy who walks around with the creepy
The dad's
sex kid.
doorstep fella.
Is this a Spice thing?
Dinosaur fella.
No,
No, Danny
he's
Baker.
from London.
He's like a...
Tottenham fan, isn't he?
He was like
He's a
a...
bit fat.
He's a television presenter. He used to be on like.
Is he on
And a writer.
talk sport or something?
He was
No.
on.
We didn't get that in Northern Ireland. We just
Southern
got
journalist, but he was always hanging around with Gaza.
You just got updates on what was going on outside.
we just got like
Comedian. I
England.
think he was a comedian as well, Danny Baker. Maybe.
Was he? Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I've just made.
Oh,
it up.
well,
There he is.
yeah.
There.
Oh, look, there's Danny Baker.
You look like him, but he's fatter.
Yeah, he does.
I don't look like him.
You do.
Fucking hell.
God.
He looks like your before photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Bloody
I mean,
hell.
that's not what I'm going for.
He
That's
looks-
not the look.
That's not what you're going for, mate, but that's what you're on the way to. You can hear, though.
you look less noncy though.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I
Oh,
agree.
thanks.
he does.
I mean, as long as he hasn't got that fucking kit with him.
yeah, but to say that.
Yeah, I shouldn't have mentioned that.
No,
That's good. It's
Uh,
good. It's give us a recurring theme. It's good. It's good. You know, it's good.
good
Keeps
as
the
well.
flow. We can always refer back to it then.
I agree.
Do you want to play a game?
No.
Oh my god! All right,
Absolutely
Saul.
not.
Fucking hell.
Jeff should ask the questions going forward.
long.
There's little fucking kid's gonna come out there on a bike. What the?
It's Aaron.
How did the podcast go, Jimmy? I just got chained to a radiator.
Like,
Sad.
that was not Ralmo. Who's the one that got changed to the radiator? Terry Waite, wasn't it?
He was a hostage, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could just recreate that. Couldn't we?
No,
Have you got any radiators?
there's one there.
I love how we got any
I'd
radiators.
rather not be
What's the
chained
game
to
we're
Warm
playing?
enough, it's all right.
Yeah, the game's called All at Once. And if you could eliminate one thing from your life,
Oh,
and you can do it all at once, and you never ever have to do it again. So, like, if you could just but you'd have to like piss or shit for like 6 days solid, but then you never have to do it ever again. Like, what thing would you pick to eliminate out of your life, but you'd just get rid of it all at once?
picking socks in the morning. Honestly, like,
Out of all the world problems.
yeah. I mean, this is a personal thing, isn't it? Right?
You could do all your-
because I'm not thinking about society
So
here.
you could do all your driving at once. So imagine if you've driven for 9 weeks. You could just drive for 9 weeks, then you could just go, I want to go to Edinburgh. Bang.
Man, it'd be stand-up. Yeah, just never do a gig again, but automatedly just...
Just automate it. Well, no, it's like that movie with Click, isn't it? Actually, I don't think I would do anything because like it has that butterfly effect. You know, one with Adam Sandler where he's like click and he like deletes stuff in his life, and then all of a sudden at the end of the movie, not to spoil, well, I'm going to spoil the movie now. You know, then he realizes that it's all about the process and the little things in life you got to appreciate.
one wrong click and you'll be in the garden going,
yeah.
oh, lava, your son.
You know, he skips over his life and all that stuff. But it's like genuinely, I don't take any form of pleasure in choosing socks in the morning.
Okay.
Because like they're just all missing or whatever.
Yeah.
Odd socks
What
here.
happened with that? Where did the socks go?
Don't know, mate.
It's a mystery. No?
Dog. Well, I got a dog. Like, and the dog does like to chew on socks, and like, I can't find my socks on this. Like,
No, man, it'd be plane travel. Perfect, because you just when you go on an holiday, you're all made up. Like, yeah, come on. When you just want to get back, don't you? You can't.
But you'd have like a 8-week flight or something, wouldn't you, to all at once? And then you
What
just
do you mean? All up.
So whatever you have to do it.
Why didn't
all
say
at
fucking
once.
8? You didn't say 8 weeks. Why is it 8 weeks?
However long
Why is it just an 8-hour flight?
However long you've
How many
been.
flights you're going to have in the rest of your life, you do it in one go.
That's a lot of flights.
So you just fly around loads.
get it all out the way, and then you never have to do it
No,
again.
fuck off.
Flying can be kind of
You'd
fun.
be flying for about 4 years. Don't forget that one. That's shit.
Man, it'd be wokeness.
Wokeness.
That's a good one, yeah.
So all this fucking...
Unnecessary wokeness.
You're talking about society now. You're going big.
Yeah.
You're going like.
Just get all the wokeness
you're
out
going-
at once. Maybe that's what we're doing now.
Yeah, get all the wokeness I want, and I never want to hear from you again.
Yeah.
Just go away.
So you know, like
You can have your wife all there nagging at once.
Oh God.
I think, like, when I'm all
you
for
can go on the
that's
next. You
fine.
can go on the next pod, babe, if you want.
That's fine, but then at the end of it, you're just clinically depressed because she just nagged at you for like, a
Yeah,
year. Well, for me, it'd be 5 years.
It'd lead to
yeah.
violence, that, because she'd punch me head in. But I think she's just no, because don't have anything else to talk about.
If she didn't nag, we'd just have no conversation.
No, I think wokeness, because like everything goes too far, doesn't it?
No, I think it needs to be somewhere with a bit of common sense, and we're losing that a little bit, aren't we, to a point?
I just think everything's not being great, and we've gone too far to fix things a certain way.
It's flipped a little
What you
bit.
mean, people being offended?
Just
Yeah, like not like
it's
I think.
it's a broad thing, that though, wokeness, isn't it? It's like
Yeah, but there's a joke that Steve Hughes does, and he goes,
Boston comedian.
"What?
Boston comedian.
No, he's Australian, Steve
Okay.
Hughes." And he goes, "When you're offended, nothing happens. People go, oh, I'm offended," and he goes, "Great.
Yeah.
Nothing actually has happened. Nothing bad. No physical harm has happened to you. Shit shouldn't be said, of course. It shouldn't. But
I mean, hate speech is different, isn't it? But
yeah,
it's just a
that's the
joke.
difference. But I think that's what wokeness is, a new thing, because everything's gone too far one way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be.
I'm feminist. Oh, no.
I was like, okay. I just create some bad, like,
Yeah.
It's gone mental. Like, I can't stand a lot of it. Like,
I was trying to explain it to like the Greeks, and they were all sitting around the table having a coffee, going, Tile, white privilege, and they were all just like talking about it. And he was like, how's that a real thing? Like, I was trying to explain to them what it is, and they were just like, that's mad. But they just wouldn't have it there. It's just, I think in somewhere like Greece, they're very proud to be Greek. And I think there's some sort of shame in being proud to be where you're from here now, for some reason. It's weird.
yeah.
And
People get.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's a hybrid though.
I mean, you left Northern Ireland for Bootle.
I
That's how
left
bad
Bootle.
Northern Ireland must be.
No. Do you know what the worst of it is, all right? It's because like when you're from Northern Ireland, you got like 2 passports. You got the British passport, you got like Irish passport, and all that stuff. But you get people who are like, so you're really from the UK, so you're not really Irish. And I'm like, my whole life, like it's cultural identity, bloody like challenge. Like you're actually from the UK, and I'm like, but I'm Irish still, and it's like, and having this like debate my whole life, and I used to get pissed with my mates and stuff, and they just go, you're British, you're the fake Irishman. And we just end up getting into full-blown arguments about, no, I am Irish. Like, I identify as Irish. So like, I'm sort of getting what all these movements are about. Like,
Yeah,
but, you know.
I think, but the whole point though is like, why have that conversation first? Like, who's asked?
Yeah.
Who's asked where you're from?
Yeah.
There shouldn't really be a thing, should it? It should be like, are you a dickhead?
I think you get
If you're a
extreme
dick.
views either way, but then there's like common sense in the middle as being a bit like, it's not enough not to think that extreme opinion, must be
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z, and it's like, come on.
And I think if you're too overly woke or you're too fucking extreme in one way or the other,
Because you can only joke about stuff you are. Like, I can joke about deaf people now, can't I?
and sex offenders.
I love that. I love how I can joke about blind people now.
And Summers.
Well, you can joke about leprechauns and
You try to say I'm short?
Fucking hell, man.
I'm sitting down. Nobody can tell. Like, I'm short right now. Right now. Like I'm sitting here at an angle, so I'm upright. You know, I'm trying to purposely get a bit
Yeah,
taller
because
than Jimmy.
you're quite top heavy, aren't you? You're like a Dorito.
Little bodybuilder.
You're like wider at the top.
Yeah, I'm like a travel pack toothpaste, like just squeezed up to the top.
But yeah, I think the punishment should be if you are
Death.
no, if you're overly woke or you're overly extreme,
Like me.
whatever, you'd have a night with Matt and his sex kit.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
good.
just stay in a room and just fucking.
yeah, it's. I actually left the clit lick in my mate's bathroom because I went round to his after and just shoved it in his like little bathroom bit. You know, like where all the other little bottles are, and I thought like his missus will find that.
Aftershave, toothpaste.
Yeah, and he's now divorced.
I'm about to say, he's like, "Oh lad, you know, I've got me and the missus split up. She found some clit lick in the cupboard, and accused me of cheating."
And it's all over now.
Right? I think
and
that's us, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. So we'll give a big round of applause to our guests. We've got Danny Mcafee and Mr. Jimmy Shirley.
Yeah, Jimmy.
That's a wrap.
Good. Enjoyed that.